next experiment is going to be to make tornado tubes. This is something you've probably seen before, but you can make them your own at home. So what we have here to do this, we have a couple of bottles. You can either use 1 liter size bottles, or you can use disposable water bottles. You need duct tape if you're going to be doing this yourself, and a washer that will fit over the opening of your bottle. Food coloring, obviously water. And the other thing you could do if you wanted to is to buy these connectors. They're available on Steve Spangler Science. You can get them from Amazon, or you can get them from Educational Innovations or Teacher Source. So I had already put this one together. So what I did with this water bottle, you fill it about 2/3 full of water, add a few drops of food coloring, and then you have your other empty bottle. You put your washer between the 2 bottles. So the washer is the flat metal disc that has a smaller hole inside of it than what your opening to your bottle is. So if you look at this connector, you can see the big opening where it screws onto the bottles, and then it's got a smaller center. So that's what you're creating with the washer on this. And then you wrap it up really securely with duct tape, and it'll make your tornado tube. The other option is if you have these 2 big bottles here. I'm going to put some drops of, again, filling it 2/3 of the way full of water. I'm going to put a few drops of food coloring in to color it and make it a little more interesting. If you want to, you can add glitter. You can add oil instead of water. Little beads you can put in to make your tornado tube more interesting. You then screw the connector on, nice and snug. Oops. Take your other bottle, turn it upside down, and screw that on. So now this formed the connection between the 2 bottles where the duct tape did on that. Now if I turn this over, you notice that the water slowly goes in, right? You just get, it's because of the pressure, and basically what's happening is a bubble has to go up to release some pressures for a drop of water to go down. So it just kind of gets hung up. To make it go down faster, you'll notice that this is what happens when you pull the plug on a bathtub. You get a vortex. So if we swirl this around, we're getting a vortex to form, which is like a tornado. So the funnel cloud is known as a vortex, and the water goes down much quicker than if you just turned it over. And again. Oh, this one's going a little bit better. So we get a little bit of, when the pressure equalizes a little, we get some drops, but then we can make our vortex and make it spin on down. So the vortex works so well because of the difference in the air pressure. The inside of the vortex, the center of it, is an area of low pressure. And around the center is higher pressure. So tornadoes are just wind. You normally wouldn't be able to see them, except for that they pick up a lot of dirt and debris as they travel along the ground. Now, if the vortex or funnel does not touch the ground, it's just known as a funnel cloud, and then it becomes a tornado when it does touch ground. We measure the strength of tornadoes on an enhanced Fujita scale, EF scale, and they go from EF0 to EF5. So EF0 has wind gusts up to 85 miles an hour, so that's the weakest tornado, and EF5s have gusts over 200 miles an hour. So most of the, actually, tornadoes can happen anywhere in the world, but 75% of them happen in the United States. Most of those in the United States occur in an area known as Tornado Alley, and that's an area of the Midwest. And some of the states that are considered in Tornado Alley are Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, and Iowa. There was a big tornado, so most of them do stay on the ground maybe 5 to 10 minutes on average, and for maybe 5 to 10 miles is how far they travel. There have been, but there are tornadoes that are much stronger. The tornado that struck Joplin, Missouri in 2011 was an EF5 and it had winds well over 200 miles per hour, and that tornado was on the ground for more than 22 miles and caused a lot of damage, and it took them years to bounce back from that. But so you can make a tornado tube that won't cause any damage in your house other than maybe some water problems if you don't make sure you have everything tightened down. But this is something that you can watch a tornado safely from your house.